See if anybody shows up. We'll see. 1,000 people follow me. Maybe 5 people will show up. There's one. We did get one person to show up. I need to get a better stabilized camera. First, that's right. It's just, there's 2 people, 3 people, 4 counting me. I think that's, I expected to maybe get to 5. But today, I'm going to the mountains. Got to do a bunch of stuff up there. Got to test out the truck. Got to put out 4. I brought 4 trail cameras. And yeah, did quite a bit of work to my pickup truck over the last week, 2 weeks. It looks ridiculous. I don't know if it's going to work off-road or not, so I said, you know what, just go up there and try it. Well, I guess you could say I'm going wheeling. You got to go on these Forest Service roads, also called Jeep trails in Colorado, to get to the location where I will base camp for archery elk season. So I said, I'm just going up and doing it. And I got to get some video of the truck. It's very strange, for my other YouTube channel. Never thought I would be doing that those sort of videos for the other channel. But I am. So I'm gonna get B-roll footage of the truck. So I got my drone. I didn't bring a damn tripod though, so forgot the tripod. What day of the week is it? Is it Monday? No, it's Tuesday. Tuesday. So is anybody out there from Colorado? Anybody watching from Colorado? No? Just topping up with some coffee. And everyone will know, everybody's going to know a lot about my truck here by next week. I guess rock will do. Yeah, I got you're from Chaz? What else? What can I say for wheeling? I'm not from Colorado, but I'll be out there for a week and a half. In a week and a half, you're coming out here. That's cool. Actually, I think we should just be cooling down. We're supposed to have 100-degree temperatures this weekend. And it's 91 right now. I'm gonna, hopefully it'll be in the 70s when I get up here to the mountains. I'm way behind schedule this year compared to years past. I normally have cameras out and would have already been going in to check them once. I haven't been shooting my bow as much, but I did a lot of work over the last few years, and I don't need to do as much work this year as far as the scouting goes. But I got my one spot that I'm putting all my eggs in, I guess you could say. 2 wallows in a secluded small meadow. Got an aspen grove kind of right in the area. And I hope to do what I did last year, is catch them on their natural patterns. If I get lucky, it'll be the opening day, September 1st. You got maybe a week before there's too much hunting pressure and the animals know something's up, and they go into private land, and they go way deep into, you know, area that's very difficult to get to. So, and we'll possibly be putting up a tree stand again. I think it's a new way. It's not really a new way, but it's not very romanticized on social media, the ambush style of hunting. Calling and spotting and stalking is what gets the views on YouTube. But there is just so much hunt pressure in these over-the-counter areas that a lot of that, it just doesn't work anymore. The elk don't bugle as much. They go almost 100% nocturnal, which makes it very difficult to get an elk in an over-the-counter area. So I think I'm going to have success. I thought the same thing back in 2018. I had cameras out all summer, and the drainage, well, it's almost the same drainage, except I'm going to be hunting the top of the drainage in the actual forest. The reason I'm switching it up, try it again. It says I'm live. I don't know. I'll try one more time. I'm not even in the mountains yet. I'm losing signal. So can anybody hear me? There we go. 93 in Ohio. That's old. 11 people in here. Okay. Well, I'm going to pick up where I left off. Hopefully it's still recording, and this will be available to watch in the future if you want. Anyways, I'm going to be hunting up on the mountainside in the forest, as opposed to in the bottom in the meadows and where the water is. Hopefully catching them during the day. But coming in now. Okay, that's great. Probably, I don't know if you guys missed it, but I have this WeBoost antenna that's like 4 feet on top of the truck, but it's behind the back seat. I didn't put it up. I didn't realize I was going to do a live stream until I decided to do a live stream. Just picked up 24 Duracells for the cameras. Got my SD cards all cleared out. But I'm excited to see how this truck does off-road. It'll be the first time that, well, not really. It'll be the first time since I put the wheels and tires and lift on. And I don't know. I may be selling these wheels and tires next week. Kind of went overboard. Not sure if they're gonna fit. I mean, they fit on the ground like driving around town, but I don't know how well they're gonna. I don't know how well they're gonna fit when you're going over rocks and obstacles. A buddy of mine, he gave me a bad time about buying these wheels and tires. Says it's a street truck. You can't take it hunting anymore. You have to take his truck. And also, I want to see how it does going up over Loveland Pass through the tunnel with the big tires on. I shouldn't have any troubles. Anybody got any questions? Just found the SSTC coming in now. Gotta be careful not to speed. I do not want to get a speeding ticket. 95 degrees, Jesus. Had protesters come by the house last night. You can see them out my dining room window. And I don't know if the city did this on purpose or not, but they have the sprinklers set to go off at a certain time, and it made them all go away, which was fine with me. Oh, I got full bars now. Probably run out here in 5-10 minutes. anybody out there just joined from what's a speeding ticket? Those are proof of fun. I can't afford the downtime. It's already, what time is it? I'm actually not that far behind schedule. It's only 11:25. It takes about 2 hours, maybe more, 2.5 hours to get to where I hope to have my base camp and where I head up into the mountains, or I won't be in the mountains, but head up into the forest where I'm going to put these cameras out. My primary animal during archery season is going to be a black bear. There's a ton of black bear up here. I've seen a nice boar a week before the season opened in 2018. Everybody I talked to while hunting in 2018 also saw a black bear. I didn't hunt there in 2019 because I went to Wyoming. But so Mike, you're scouting for fall hunt locations? Yes. I've already been there many times, but I'm putting cameras out. I'm trying to pattern how the elk move across this specific area, so I know where to either put up a blind or there's a dead mule deer on the side of the highway. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to put another tree stand up if I can pattern them right. It does take you got to pattern them and know the wind. I got to come up with 2 spots though, a morning and an evening spot for the ambush. And my archery hunt is a cow only. My rifle hunt is a bull only. So because I can't find anybody to archery hunt with me, I can find people to rifle hunt with, but yeah, so that's why I just got, it's really complicated how you get tags and licenses in Colorado. But I got a B column over-the-counter cow archery tag. And then I also have an over-the-counter black bear tag. So that's what I'll be doing in September. And I really want a black bear because, well, I just want to get a black bear. But if a cow comes through, that'll be good. Just heading up I-70 right now into the mountains. I go up and over through the tunnel, and then everything after that's a secret. I do have my drone. I'm going to get some drone footage for the actual video I'm going to film today. So far, truck's doing fine up the mountains. Any other comments? What brand bow do you shoot? I shoot a Bowtech. Just got stuck with that brand. 2004, I bought a Bowtech Patriot, and I had that until last year. Can't believe I used that bow for that long. The riser shelf on that old Bowtech Patriot was designed for the old style vanes, the longer and skinnier ones. The new style vanes, the short, wider ones, would hit the riser because it was just the technology of that old riser wasn't cut out enough for new arrows. So that's really the main reason I upgraded. And it's a BTX 31. It was their flagship bow in 2016 or 2017. I got it 1 year old. Sounds like a nice time. Everything past the tunnel is great. Yeah. Any other questions? Sprinkler defense. Oh yeah, on the protesters. the view going up here into the mountains. You can see these storm clouds. They show up all the time up here. So I've got a little down coat and I think I brought a raincoat and a raincoat. I've been up here in June and July and had the temperature drop so fast down into the 40s and start sleeting on me at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And this year is the big factor in this hunting season coming up is the drought. We have a major drought this summer. So that will be interesting to see how that plays out. A lot of the smaller water sources will have dried up big time by the time September comes around. We're still connected. Wow, we're still connected. I've got a PSC with a silverback release. The John Dudley release. I use a back tension release, but it's a different design and I love it. I'll have to show it more in videos. I guess I'll make a shooting video. I usually bring my bow and target up here because I just like shooting in the mountains. It's more realistic than a backyard or at an archery range. But I know I'm going to be pressed for time to get these cameras out and get all the other video footage I gotta record. Yeah, the back tension, or Paul, that back tension release, I get target panic like crazy. I mean, it was maybe 2014. I had practiced so much. That's the year that I switched to a back tension. They call it back tension, but you still have to move your hand. It got so bad. I remember being in camp in Wyoming and at like 30 yards missing a big archery target because I was flinching so bad. It was so frustrating because you got so much dexterity in the tip of your finger on those trigger releases. You know, in those back tension releases, you get your whole finger, hand around it, and you're just kind of pulling and making a fist instead of using that trigger finger. Helped me a ton. Haven't really had an issue with it since switching. And I didn't want to do the whole blindfold thing where you close your eyes and shoot your bow into a bale, 1,000 times, or you draw your bow and you don't shoot, you just keep letting down, to retrain your brain that the bow's not going to go off when you pull your bow back or something like that. Tags, I guess. Western hunting trips planned this fall. I think we're still connected. Man, those clouds look scary. Oh, we got a like. I got my first like. Thanks for the thumbs up. Well, I guess either this thing conked out again or everybody got shy. I had my first hate comment on one of my videos, so that's good. That's how you know you're growing on YouTube. We got more likes, but nobody's saying a dang thing. Got down to only 7 people. So one spot on top of this mountain where I'm going gets, I think it even gets 4G. You can see with the WeBoost antenna if I get service up there. Oh, I got on comment yet. Just got my new bipod and sling for my new plinker. Sweet. was shopping for a bipod. I've been watching a lot of these PRS videos on YouTube. Their shooting competitions, long range, positional, not like off a bench. And even those rifles are kind of unrealistic. They're like 20-pound rifles, long, huge bull barrels. Let's see, how much do I have invested into my bow setup? See, I bought the bow used, which is highly discouraged, but I bought it at a bow shop, a pro shop, and they checked it all out, and I think I got it for like $500, which is a good deal because I think they're like $1,100 the previous year. So somebody bought it, you know, those guys that get a new bow every year, they trade in, or they try to sell last year's bow. But I got the Spot Hogg Fast Eddie XL 3-pin. I have a trophy taker Smackdown rest. Got a pretty simple quiver and my release, and then so easily $1,000, $1,200, not that much. Less than a hunting rifle setup. The big investment is time into shooting the bow. That's the biggest deal. Is downshifted. If you guys ever watch TFL Truck, come on, downshift, on YouTube, where they do all their truck testing. So this is the road that they do all their tow testing, their mileage testing. They call it the Ike Gauntlet, which is basically they go over to Summit County, Dillon area, and they hitch up and they go from west to east. I'm actually going from east to west right now. So you go from west to east up to the top, and there's like a parking lot up there, and switch up trailers and vehicles and stuff. Any other questions? So the boat setup isn't that bad. There's a lot of used ones. The biggest danger, I guess, in buying a used bow is you don't know if it's been dry fired or not. Even though a lot of the new bows say that they won't be destroyed if they've been dry fired, it's not good to have a bow that has been dry fired. And that's where you pull it back and you shoot it and there's no arrow in it. You can mess up the cams. A lot of times the cams will just collapse on themselves. But I thought about getting a new bow, but the bow that I've got works really good.
New text message from Josh.
Jeez. Any other questions? I am looking forward to rifle hunting though. I still need a new scope for my rifle. I put my high-powered tactical scope on that Weatherby 6.5 Creedmoor Weatherby. That's the video I just uploaded to Instagram was the grouping of that Weatherby. Those are the best groups I've ever got out of that thing. When I found a lot of loose screws. One of the front scope mounts was loose. The front bolt to bolt the action to the stock was not even hand tight. So maybe that was my issue all along, but I switched to match grade ammo, and damn, that thing is shooting real solid. We're easily hitting these 3-inch dongs at 300 yards just last weekend, which is basically shooting a 1-inch target at 100 yards. I need to repave this road. Disclaimer, I've never been hunting before. Well, that's all right. Oh, I got some more. You said you have trouble finding someone to go bow hunting with you. Wouldn't that be more of a... That's a good question. I'm going to ask about why would I want someone to go bow hunting with. For East Coast whitetail, we're going through a tunnel here. I'm not sure if I'm going to lose you. Hold on. Going through a tunnel. About to come out the other side. There we go. So East Coast whitetail hunting, yeah, it's go by yourself all the time. But mountain hunting, there's a lot of risk and danger. And marked as red. Before I had kids, I would put myself into some real risky situations in the backcountry in wilderness areas by myself, and that was before I had my Garmin InReach. And basically, one misstep and you're dead. You fall off a cliff, you fall down, you break your ankle. There's no way out. There's no one to call for. No cell phone service. So the hunting with partners is about your safety, and the more people you go with, the further you can go in. And say you get a 600-pound elk, you have to haul that out. And if you're 7 miles in on September 1st and it's 78 degrees, you will not get all that meat out before it spoils. It'll take 2 days to get all that meat out with one person, and the meat will go bad. So the temperature and the ability to pack animals out, safety. I mean, I like safety from bears and the boogeyman, but safety from being able to hunt in remote, hard to get to areas. We got some rain coming. So that's why I would want someone to go with, and that's why I've switched my hunting tactics up. I got the Garmin InReach, and I'm trying to find a secret spot in that's relatively close to the metro area. We had another question. Oh, man, construction. It's back down. So I've never hunted. What brand of scope do you normally use? Towards Vortex, anything? Whoa, did you say $100? Or anything above $100? For $100 scope, I think Nikon might make a $100 scope. Usually $100 scope is going to be for a BB gun or a 22. Or, you know, I do have one that came with this Weatherby that I just took it off. It's a Vortex. It is a Vortex. It's an older model. I think you can get it used for around $300. New might be $380, maybe $400. Out east, you don't need really anything fancy because you don't take long shots over 150 yards, and you can just zero it at 200 yards and be good. So I don't know, Leupold. Good Leupolds are expensive though. I think it did well over $1,000. I'm not sure. Oh, Athlon. A friend of mine has some Athlon scopes. They're heavy. The glass isn't that great, but they work. and they're in the